Now let's settle for the news in details. The minority in parliament led by Haruna Idrisu has expressed concern that a freeze in public sector employment will worsen the unemployment situation in the country. The group has thus asked the government to consider the number of young people in the country that risk the tendency of becoming jobless as against the existing unemployment situation in the country. This was said at a post-budget workshop situation at Ho in the Volta region.
Following the government's announcement of a freeze on hiring into the public and civil service effective January 2023 as part of cabinet directives for expenditure rationalization in the 2023 budget. Speaking at a post-budget workshop at Ho in the Volta region, the minority leader Haruna Idrisu said the 2023 budget was an indication of the highly distressed state of the country.
Some of the measures may provide the relief that the economy needs. Some may exacerbate them. For instance, when you say you are placing a cap on employment into the public and civil service, how does that add to the already existing alarming unemployment levels of our country? When you are placing a cap even on enrollment to teacher and nurses training schools, not the payment of their allowances, how does that address the iniquities and the ratio of students to teachers or people to teachers, doctors and nurses to the Ghanaian public? But lessons to learn, colleagues. And I refer to page 58, in particular paragraph 224 of the minister's budget statement, when he stated, and I quote, "There shall be a reduction in the size of all convoys." Probably a time to learn from the President Atamio's example. But charity must begin at home. And it must begin at home with President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. But from Monday afternoon, we will monitor closely the number of vehicles that will accompany him on his journey, in order that he will provide.
The minority leader indicated that some of the interventions which government is seeking to make, including the capping of enrollment of nursing and teacher trainees and the reduction of the size of convoys, could rather worsen the state of the economy. Meanwhile, the majority leader Osechi Mensabuntu says external shocks and the depreciation of the cedi have been major contributing factors to the current economic hardships for which the 2023 budget seeks to tackle.
In a very unhallowed manner, to worsen the vulnerability of the Ghanaian economy. These have created both internal and external imbalances, declining economic growth, high inflation, and unsustainable financing, a huge debt overhang, and a rapid depreciation of the cedi. Sadly, these variables have brought a lot of hardships to the citizenry, particularly the poor and vulnerable. In this regard, the 2023 budget intends to cushion the populace through increased spending on social protection. The question to ask is whether these proposals contained in the budget are adequate. The theme for the 2023 budget is restoring and sustaining macroeconomic stability and resilience through inclusive growth and value addition. What are the nodal issues? How do we strand them out and interrogate them? The 2023 budget statement reaffirms government's resolve to deal with the structural rigidities inherent in the Ghanaian economy and also bring about economic transformation needed for the development of the country.
He added that the budget intends to alleviate the plight of Ghanaians through increased spending on social protection.